Hello friends, I'm Dr. Vidya Shembule, an Ayurvedic doctor and the founder director of Arka Ayurveda Institute. And I'm spreading the awareness of Ayurveda in Belgium since 2007. Today, on occasion of Ayurveda Day, I feel immensely pleased and proud to share the information about Ayurveda and its benefits to deal with COVID-19. On this occasion, I would like to thank all the members of Indian Embassy Belgium, Luxembourg, and the European Union for making this event happen. The COVID-19 pandemic has taught us many important lessons. Amidst all, social distancing, physical distancing, hand washing, and lockdown, we have realized and understood the important lesson, the important expression, health is wealth. In this current scenario, we are trying to protect ourselves, fight against, and recover from the infectious disease called coronavirus, the COVID-19, by following the preventive measures explained by WHO, the World Health Organization, like to remain aware of the latest information on COVID-19 outbreak, available on official websites of national public health authorities, to follow the advice given by healthcare providers, national health authorities, to maintain personal hygiene and social hygiene etiquettes, to respect physical and social distancing. In continuation with that, additional care is prescribed for elderly and immunocompromised individual or with some comorbidities, and also in case of women during and after the childbirth. When we look at these, we can easily see the preventive measures which are mentioned here are external. Like it means how to protect ourselves from this external exposure of the infection to maintain the personal and social health. But as a human being, we crave security. We want to feel safe, and we prefer to have a sense of control over our lives and well-being. On the contrary, fear and uncertainty make us feel stressed, anxious, and sometimes powerless. So take a minute and think about our mental status. We have accepted the new normal, and possibly we have adapted our lifestyle to live with it for a temporary but a longer duration for sure. So can we predict the timeline? The end date of COVID-19? There is worldwide spread of this disease. Treatment and vaccines are on their way. Their efficacy is yet to be validated. For time being, we are left with the only option of prevention by developing a strong immunity. And this pandemic enforced us to think about the ancient medical science, Ayurveda, the science of life, in a revised manner. As Ayurveda has stated, many therapies and drugs which empower immunity. As you know, Ayurveda is one of the world's oldest and the most complete system. It originated in India and remains one of the country's traditional healthcare system. So the term Ayurveda combines the Sanskrit words Ayu and Veda, so life and science. So Ayurveda means the science of life, and it emphasizes on treating or curing a disease of a deceased person, and equally prevention aspect by encouraging the maintenance of health. So when we talk about maintaining the health of a healthy person, it is achieved through recommended daily routine, diet, lifestyle changes, and seasonal changes, and which eventually develop and boost the immunity. Regarding new advisories have been released by the Ministry of Ayush, Government of India, for enhancing the body's natural defense system to fight against the disease, which is called the immunity. And the concept of immunity is described in Ayurveda under the word Vyadhi Kshamatva. So Vyadhi means the disease, and Kshamatva means the inherent capacity of the body to withstand when affected by the disease. Ayurveda can help to improve and adapt immunity in a very easy and a fast-acting manner. As we know, immunity is of two types. So one is innate and the acquired. So innate immunity is inborn capacity of the body to resist the pathogens. And the acquired immunity is the resistance developed in the body against a specific pathogen after antigenic stimulant. So this immunity could be developed, as I said earlier, by following healthy lifestyle, daily routines, by using some immunomodulators to boost and enhance this bodily strength. Now the question is how to receive these benefits. Is there any user's manual which can lead us towards the prevention of the disease, or at least to have a minor symptom when get affected? So Ayush, the ministry, Ayush Ministry, the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research have suggested these formulations against COVID-19. And these formulations are tried as an add-on therapy and some standard care for COVID-19 patients. And these immunoboosters, they act on the whole body. But before moving on, I would like to share a disclaimer over here. The tips suggested in this talk are for supportive measures and shouldn't be considered as a prescription or a medicine. This is not a treatment of any disease. These tips, home remedies, are supported by Ayurvedic literature and scientific publications. So these self-care guidelines are recommended by the Ministry of Ayurveda, which is also called Ministry of Ayush, for preventive health measures and boosting the immunity with special reference to respiratory health. So let's check these single drug immunity enhancers. The first is Guduchi. The Latin name for Guduchi is Tinospora cordifolia. So 500 milligrams of aqueous extract of Guduchi or 1 to 3 grams of powder of Guduchi could be taken twice a day with warm water for 15 days or for a month, or as directed by an Ayurvedic physician. Secondly, our very own turmeric, the curcuma. Gargling with warm water with turmeric powder and a pinch of salt could be beneficial to improve the mucosal immunity and to reduce the airway reactivity. Simultaneously, curcuma tea or curcuma milk, curcuma latte can be consumed twice a day. Our very own tulsi, the holy basil, which is antiviral, antimicrobial, and frequent sipping of water processed with this tulsi leaves, the holy basil leaves, is advised. Next is ashwagandha. So ashwagandha root powder, 3 to 5 grams, twice a day with warm milk or water, or 500 milligrams of ashwagandha extract twice a day with warm water is recommended for 15 days or a month, or as directed by the physician. Next is amla, consumption of fresh amla fruit. It is also known as Indian gooseberry. So it is suggested to have Indian gooseberry in a fresh form, or you can have a spoonful of Chyawanprash in the morning with lukewarm water or milk. Chyawanprash is an Ayurvedic health supplement which is formulated by processing multiple medical herbs and their extracts, including the prime ingredient amla, the Indian gooseberry, which is the richest source of vitamin C. A regular intake of Chyawanprash strengthens and improves the immunity and functioning of the respiratory system. Chyawanprash is believed to be effective in the post-recovery period as well. Moving on our user's manual, we will see the daily lifestyle tips for boosting the immunity. So Ayurveda suggests, wake up early in the morning. So early in the morning, it means preferably before the sunrise. Have a bath with warm water. After that, drink 1 to 3 glasses of warm water. And this helps to remove the toxins from the body and keeps the body hydrated. Gargle with warm water with a pinch of salt and turmeric, or you can also take some licorice powder, which is good for the throat. For nasal health, Ayurveda suggests the instillation of 2 drops of sesame or coconut oil in each nostril. Apart from that, daily practice of yogasana, pranayama, and meditation, at least for 30 minutes, is advised by the Ministry of Ayush. As we know, practicing pranayama is beneficial for various reasons. So, focusing on your breathing helps in managing stress. It improves the blood circulation. It provides a deep relaxation for the mind and the body. Pranayama increases the respiratory functions and helps with several medical ailments such as anxiety, depression, hypertension, even some physical problems like headaches, gastric problems. So these are the techniques, and individually it can benefit by performing it daily after learning it and doing it under a proper guidance. We can see some of the dietetic rules as food plays an important role in maintaining and enhancing the immunity. Proper nutrition is ensured through freshly cooked warm food, considering individuals' digestive power, of course. So intake of comfortable warm fluids boiled with some medicinal herbs, as in the form of tea, infusion, could be consumed frequently, preferably with fresh ginger, ginger powder, with cinnamon bark, black pepper, or clove, should be used as a regular drink to maintain the hydration as well. Freshly prepared and easy to digest, light but nutritious diet should be taken. Intake of good amount of vegetables is preferred. Restrict the use of sweet or sugary food, which is heavy to digest. Also, try to avoid the use of chilled, fried, oily, fermented food item, cold and refrigerated food and beverages. This should be equally avoided. Ayurveda doesn't support the day sleep, so don't sleep during the daytime. Involve in work from home, indoor recreational activities like studies, reading, painting, gardening, playing or listening music. Meditation, pranayama could be repeated 30 minutes in the evening, and adequate sleep is important for health. 7 to 8 hours of sound sleep at night is essential and should be encouraged. Poor sleep can increase the susceptibility to any infectious disease. So regular healthy sleep hygiene with 8 hours of sleep is essential to modulate immunity. Hot foot immersion, cold compresses to the head for insomnia and other sleep related disorders can be used. Now, how to cope up with the stress? It is normal to feel stressed, scared, or angry sometimes during this lockdown period. Talking to the right people can help to cope up with the stress and related disorders. So encourage maintaining a healthy lifestyle, proper diet, sleep, exercise, social contacts with the loved ones at home, by email or phone. The other family members and the friends can be encouraged. Also, reading the books, listening light music, or other activities as per interest to counter the stress. Avoid smoking, consumption of alcohol and other drugs to deal with stress. Feel free to seek some help or consultation if physical or mental health needs are required. Some yogic cleansing practices could be beneficial, enhancing the respiratory, mental, psychological immunity during this period if followed consistently. Some yogic cleansing practices like Shodhana Kriya, like Jalaneti, Sutra Neti. Neti is advised to practice weekly once or twice. Neti helps in cleansing the sinuses and is equally beneficial in allergic conditions. Nasal irrigation with warm saline water followed by ghee, that is the clarified butter, could be applied to the nostrils to reduce the nasal congestion and the dryness. So Neti Kriya like Vata Neti or Jala Neti followed by Kapalabhati Kriya twice a week to reduce some airway reactivity. Kapalbhati, 40 to 60 strokes per minute, improves pulmonary functions and reduces the secretions. Breathing and pranayama, like the sectional breathing, Nadi Shodhana, Ujjayi, Bhramari. So these Nadi Shodhana pranayama reduce the sympathetic activity and stimulate the parasympathetic, the vagal activity, and decrease the stress and anxiety. Ujjayi increases the oxygen saturation in the body. So yoga nidra, reduction in sympathetic arousal and reduction emotional distress, and it improves the quality of sleep. It rejuvenates the body and helps to keep the mind calm. Meditative practices could be followed, such as the breath awareness, dhyana, dharana. Meditation helps to reduce anxiety, stress, makes the body stable, calm the mind, and it balances the functions of endocrine system, thereby enhance the immunity of the whole body system. All these yogic practices should be done under experts' guidance. If not, or just a regular moderate intensity exercise, such as walking 30 minutes daily, prevents the incidence of respiratory infection. It equally helps to improve the stamina and cardiovascular fitness. So friends, as I said earlier, Ayurveda is the oldest and the most complete medical system. In today's session, we have seen more practical and easier to follow aspect of Ayurveda in this pandemic. We have seen the how to enhance the immunity by using natural immunoboosters. We have seen the daily routine to be followed and practiced consistently. We spoke about the dietetic rules to have a better control over our physical immunity. We have seen the multiple aspects of yoga, pranayama, breathing exercises, cleansing, yogic cleansing practices, and meditation to reconstruct our mental, psychological immunity in a healthier way. Take a minute. This is the right time to start using Ayurveda User's Manual in this new normal. Thank you.